On Wednesday here at the Quatucknuck Resort in Polson, history was made as Marvin Camel was finally reunited with his 2 world title boxing belts that were stolen from him many years ago, but on Wednesday were finally returned to the champion.
Put on some weight? No, no way, it shrunk, the belt shrunk. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I'm back.
Back indeed. At long last, Marvin Camel was reunited with his IBF and WBC cruiserweight title belts, bringing a boxing journey full circle for one of the most decorated athletes to come from Montana, who accomplished something we might never see again.
It's the cumulative nature of it. He talked about where the fight comes from, right? It comes from the soul, right? It comes from the soul. Parents went through a lot, but they persevered, and that's what is inherent in him.
In front of friends, family, and a drum group that performed for him, emotions were high as Camel was given the belts back. After winning both titles in the 1980s, Camel's belts and his dance regalia were stolen from him decades ago. However, last winter the belts were found in Missoula in a car that was about to be crushed, and they made their way back to Marvin's family. His brother Ken Camel retrieved the belts and spent months refurbishing the belts, designing them with Native American embroidery.
It's been 8 months in the works, trying to get the thing to where it looked like a belt, but I found a weightlifting belt, and it looked just like a world championship belt. So I said, halfway done. So then I started scraping on the metal on the belt to get the rust off. You see how weathered it looked? But I want it to look weathered, because it says it's been somewhere. It's been on a journey.
The pandemic postponed Marvin's return, but eventually he made his way back to his home state from Florida, where he currently resides. His family threw him the reunion ceremony, something his sister Patricia Kelly says brought them joy to see him get what he earned back in his possession.
Now the thing that we were doing tonight is putting things back together. Tonight was a ceremony for our family, our tribe, and for Montana. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Among those in attendance was Kevin Robleski, who hails from Browning originally, but currently lives in Butte. Kevin grew up a fan of Marvin's and made the trip to Polson with his 2 sons, Eli and Ethan, who are also boxers. Eli presented Marvin with the first belt, his IBF cruiserweight title.
The rush, you know, the excitement just brought me back to when I was a kid, you know, and I thought, man, there's Marvin. And the boys, there he is, Dad, you know, I mean, they love him just as much as I, which is pretty cool. This is just an honor and a blessing and a spiritual moment that I'll never forget.
Marvin's pride and gratefulness to his family and community was on full display. He thanked everyone profusely as he explained his pride of being a Montanan who accomplished these championships, but more importantly, a man from the Flathead Indian Reservation who represented his tribe and from a small town took on the world and returned a champion. For the one who stole his belts in the first place those many years ago, Camel's message is one of forgiveness.
It's unfortunate that it took an issue like this, a function like this, for me to come home again. But I tell you what, whoever took the belts, I have no animosities. If I see you and you said you're the one that took it, so be it. Because they're back with me now. You threw them in a place, I think, where you knew that they would be found. And I thank you for that. I don't thank you for taking them, but I thank you for putting them in a place that they could be found.
Reporting in Polson, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.